Hello everybody, Vigo'sShadow here, and today we have, it's that time of the month. Armageddon is coming around the corner, and we have a new Shadow Festival unit. Now this looks very similar because this was the event boss. So that's actually very cool that they have Demonic 4th Delta as a unit for Armageddon. As you can see, I tried my luck at a times 10 pull, but I did not pull her. But either way, we're going to dip into this unit as a Shadow Festival unit, as a green attacker unit as well, and see how well that she does. I also haven't made a video on Flowers in the Rough Yukime yet. I've been getting over my sickness and doing some other stuff, but she's not... This type of banner shouldn't be... Like, these two, Iris and Yukime, are banners that you should not be pulling from. Never pulling from, because they will be appearing in every banner after they expire. So she's not really much of a focus, but I will do a video on her, covering her as well. But let's just jump right into the Demonic 4th Delta. Let's just go ahead right into the profile, hit the max stats on them. And we have power to healing boost there. And then we have S, or healing boost, to overheal. Then we got, we actually have a demon grouping, which is also really cool as well. And then let's just take a look at the art, which is absolutely stunning, by the way. That looks so cool. You just have the burning village in the back, all the shadow effects, and then oh, it's good. It's good. And it's got, that's why it's got me tempted to pull for this unit as well. But let's just go for the initial here and go back into skills. We have the hidden technique, which is Law of Nature. It is a 3-hit damage, and then it also recovers your own HP. So we got 2,400% damage for the 3-hit there over, 800 each 3 times. So that's like, 16, 24... so 2,400 damage, which is really good for damage on a hidden technique, especially for Shadow Festival. And then she's also healing herself, which is pretty good. I feel like there's probably more potential for it, but the damage factor in this hidden technique is really good. Now let's see what this looks like awakened here. And we have 3,000% damage. Also, when I say this regular one is like good, it's actually very good. It's not just good, it's very good. And then also, this is a good jump too. And you gotta remember, this is on a single enemy, not all. So 3,000% damage. That, you know what that means? That means that it can do just as much as the Master Shadow with 3,000% damage, which is absolutely insane. So we're looking at another unit that's gonna be pretty OP, but at least for the hidden technique. I'll dive into the other skills and just kind of assess them as well. So we have I'll Crush You as the skill 1 here. And this one actually consumes HP. So you're going to lose 10% of your HP and then do a 2-hit on a single enemy. Which, honestly, this 2-hit is 600% damage, which is probably a little bit above standard, if not standard. I'd say consuming HP for that is not really good. There's not really a lot of good things with that. But when it's awakened, we actually see only a 200% boost, which is 800% damage on a skill 1 is actually really good. So that awakened isn't bad. But each time you have to consume HP, hopefully, you're going to have to probably back this unit up, depending on how much HP that she's consuming of herself. You might have to back this one up with a healer for sure. Otherwise, they might die. Then we have for the skill 2, Your Prey. And what this one does, it looks like it does a lot more. So we're actually hitting into some better stuff here. Consumes 10% of HP of current self. So that's another one. So skill 1 and skill 2 are consuming HP. So you lost out about 20% HP there. And then you're also raising your own attack by 30% for 15, defense for 30% for 15, and 30% on speed for 15, which is all good trade-offs. Now this is a very good skill for skill 2. That's worth consuming HP for sure, because yeah, you're gonna have a lot of attack, a lot of defense, and a lot of speed for just that unit though. So just keep that in mind. And then when this is awakened, we have the values go to a whopping 50%. Now that is extremely good for your prey. 50% attack, defense, and speed is very good. And for 15 seconds, that's actually really good for 15 seconds. Now let's check out one of the, like, usually they tuck away the best ability and the special ability. So let's see what the Demonic Fourth does here. Each time damage is received, raise own crit attack by 10% permanent. 1 second. So as you can tell, the crit attack is probably going to reach 100% very quickly and beyond, because the cooldown is only 1 second, and you're probably going to be receiving damage a lot. Keep in mind this is an attacker as well, so if you have certain bosses that just hit the boss, which usually that's not the case, usually they have some sort of AoE, if not attacking all, it's still going to be good. This is going to be very good for PvP, this is going to be very good for bosses. I mean, you're going to raise your crit attack by a large number. So essentially, let's see what this looks like awakened here. 15%, so that's going to build even quicker. I feel like this one you probably want to see at the end of the roadmap, because regardless, this is going to be built up pretty quickly, and that 5% isn't really that much of a difference to build it up. There's no need for it, because you're going to build it up pretty quick. But yeah, your crit attacks are going to be devastating. Which means that you should probably have, you know, crits as well. Just because you have, crit attack up doesn't mean you're going to be doing crits, unless you have somebody that can help you out with crits. So just keep that in mind as well. I always like to check out the combo effects, because let's see what this one is. So the combo bonus right here is the same, obviously, for every unit. Then raises own damage inflicted by 50% for 10 seconds. So that's good. That's actually really good. So right after a strike combo, you can just go ahead and do your ultimate, or do something. You'll at least have 50% damage inflicted. So that's good, and that's only for yourself though. But still really, really good. So it's a good time to pop an ult after a 5 combo there to do some whopping damage. Normal attack is actually a 4-hit combo on there. And it looks like she has 2 pieces of linked gear. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of linked gear that is a 2-piece, like a 2-piecer. Because last time we got that was with Sunraku. Or, you know, if you have Magic Gear SS+. So let's just check out the first one here. We have Demonic Fourth, the Collar, and that is also given right away in the quest line. So I'll be covering the quest line after I cover the character. At the start of the wave, raises own stun resistance by 100% permanent. Now that is awesome, because there is many times in both Arena and also certain bosses that get in the way by stunning you. And with her not being able to be stunned at all is actually really, really good. And not bad. So she's immune to stuns with that gear. Then we have this one here, which looks like the better piece of gear. The Demonic Fourth. Each time damage is received, shield damage 200%, so it's a little bit more than a standard shield, so it's actually a really good shield of self for 15 seconds. Cooldown 1 second. Now that's going to be OP, because you can essentially stack a shit ton of shield on yourself. So basically kind of like how fourth member Delta was able to operate with not I think this might be better with the shield factor, but she was able to do a lot of shield, and she would not die. So this one's going to be another unit where it's going to be tough to kill her. But with her consuming HP, that's going to also be a weird factor in. So I'm not sure if like that might even curse her to like die. But there's a lot of 1 second cooldowns here, because we have shields damage, and then we also raise own damage inflicted by 10%. For 20 seconds, which is going to ramp up really quickly, because the cooldown is 1 second. So you're just going to keep getting damage. Like if this unit is, you know, if they keep getting hit, they're going to become super OP. I mean, atrociously OP. Especially with further recovers SP by 25, by 25, and the cooldown's 1 second, which means you're going to be able to, like, if this Delta is on the front line for whatever reason as an attacker, this is also a good time to like where she stacks up in position, and then it looks like it's pretty far up there. Because if we look at, let's say, do we have a tank unit? I think Iris is a tank here. Let's just go ahead and check her out and see where, because like the tank's positioning is always going to be like way closer because they should be the first line. So yeah, 219. So they tuck her pretty far close, and if you had no tank, you got to take a look at the positioning of other units so that she's in the front line and she's always getting attacked. Because if she's always getting attacked, that's actually a really good thing with her linked gear here, because you're going to constantly be getting a shield every time. So you're like, the more they damage you, the more they're going to suffer, because you're going to do more damage, you're going to have more shield, and you're going to recover SP. Alright, so overall, let's just go ahead and check out the Awakening roadmap here, because that's another thing too. So what? The normal attack? Wait a minute. What? The Awakening of the normal attack? What does this have? Weird awakenings here? No way. So here's the thing with this character. I'm looking at the Awakening roadmap, and I'm seeing no spots for a second gear piece, which tells me this. You probably already have the ability to equip 2 gear pieces on. That's like a free awakening. That's insane. Insane. And the first awakening is your normal attacks. But what it's changing here is, like, this normal attack does not consume HP, but the awakening does. So you're consuming 10% more HP, but you're doing 100% more damage. But that's your normal attack, so you're doing double the attack there. So if you think about that, then, you know, it's just crazy. But like, how much, like, you're probably going to be consuming a lot of HP every time you attack, so you need a healer on you for sure, just all the time, just, you know, healing this specific unit. It may have a shield on it, but the consuming HP is like a very concerning factor. It's not like SF Claire, where she's able to like have a cap to how much, because she bleeds herself, and then she reaches a certain threshold where she's not bleeding, so she's not continuously doing more damage after that. This one has a shield, but oh man, it gets me concerned. The hidden technique is the next thing, which is probably one of the best things. So it's unfortunate that this is here, because like, actually it's a good trade-off, because it's, you know, you're doing more damage, but I just don't know how bad that consume HP is gonna bite ya. So that's just something to think about there. Either way, you're doing 3,000% damage, and you're also recovering HP. And I think actually, if you're consuming your own HP, you're damaging yourself. So that I just didn't even think about that at first. I don't know why I didn't even think about that, because each time damage is received, it doesn't matter if it's from the enemy. So you can be doing it to yourself. So that's actually insane. So you want to damage yourself more so that you can get, you know, more shield, more damage inflicted, and further SP. So this, your normal attacks, you're going to be hurting yourself a lot, but you're going to be building up those stacks really quick. So this is like it's like a high risk, high reward unit that damages itself. Hopefully it doesn't kill itself. Now that's the goal. I don't think I've seen a lot of gameplay with her in there, but she is a very strong unit. We're talking high risk, high reward, especially with that A1 with the normal attack, because you're going to be damaging yourself consistently. Now A2 is, so A1 I'd say is good, because you're going to be doing more damage, and it plays into building your stacks even quicker. A2 is that hidden technique, which is great, because that means like you're going to be doing 600% more damage, making a whopping 3,000% damage, probably hitting the damage cap, especially with a crit attack. Now think about that. That's especially if you hit that move and crit attack, you're probably hitting that damage cap there. And then your prey, is a pretty good one. Actually, it's a great one because it's 50% on all there. Of course, the Demonic Fourth, you don't really need the A4, so I'd say that's a bad one. And then I'll Crush You is also, I'd say, mid. Keeping her at a comfortable, like, A2 would be nice. A3 would be better. So, I mean, you could pretty much sit comfortable with an A2 or A3 with this unit for sure if you want to go that far into it. She seems like a great unit. So, I'll put my recap here, and then I'll go over like some of the mission rewards and stuff that just came out as well. So, for the Demonic Fourth Delta, this unit is absolutely a beast. And I'm talking, I love the way this unit operates because, like I said, it's high risk, high reward with how much it's consuming HP, but the fact that she's on green teams mean you can build Sherry. You can throw Sherry with the magic SS plus gear on, and then she will be quick. You will get good heals on top of that, and you won't really have to worry about it as much. So as long as you have Sherry with that magic SS plus gear, I don't think you're going to have to worry about her dying, especially when she stacks so much shield on herself. So that's something you don't really have to worry about there. Otherwise, if you have this Awakening Hour Sid here, you can also heal her with his abilities, and that should be just enough. I mean, I think maybe even bringing any type of healer should be enough to keep her alive consistently as long as you have some sort of healing on your team. So that's pretty good. And she does heal herself with the hidden technique too. So all in all, that unit and that banner is worth summoning, but like I said, if you're looking at it from like a strategic standpoint, with saving your gems and blah blah blah, whatever. Like, see, here's the thing right here. Like, if I'm sitting around 20k gems, realistically, I probably shouldn't go for this banner. I might pull again for a couple more times, but I guess what I'm gonna probably start doing with certain Shadow Festival banners is I'm gonna try to pull 3 times, and if I don't get it within that 3 times, because at 3 times you get their weapon in the exchange here. If I don't get it then it's probably not worth pulling after that, and you might lose out, go all the way to pity, and then you're gonna still want their weapon, because her without her weapon is gonna, like, drastically change her. She immediately drops a tier if you don't have that weapon in your possession as well, maybe even a tier and a half. So getting her weapon is very crucial with this unit, so keep that in mind too. So it's not just pitying with 20 multis. Okay, so had a little intermission there. Basically, you know, what I was saying is, you know, 3 multis, and if I don't get it from there, then I can pretty much pass. And then also you got to realize that this unit boosts nobody but herself. And that's not a jab at the unit itself, and it's like, oh, this unit's bad. No, this unit is very good. It is, like, probably on, I wouldn't say, it's probably better than the Master Shadow's damage and what he can do, and I'm only specifically talking about his damage output. So this Delta is going to be doing a lot of damage by herself, and she's not boosting others. Like I said, she's just boosting herself. So I like the type of Shadow Festival units that are able to boost others more, but this is definitely a good pickup, so I don't want to, like, be bashing her at all, but just keep that in mind, for that she is just boosting herself. But your green teams are going to be looking a hell of a lot better with her type of damage. I mean, hell, we even have this Delta here. Delta is just a powerhouse for, like, a lot of her units. So I even throw this Delta on for a lot of my teams because of her SS Plus gear, and she absolutely rocks the damage. She's doing way more damage than any other unit that I pretty much have in my repertoire of units here. So, I mean, she's probably going to be along the same lines as that, like, pretty much. So definitely a very good pickup. Will chew through bosses. The fact that she's damaging herself, and even harder bosses damaging her, as long as she gets those heals and she builds up that shield, she will be a powerhouse. Very good pickup, by the way. Now, so if it wasn't clear already, should I summon? Yes. But if you want to save your gems, I don't think it's too bad of an idea either. To save for the next Shadow Festival, so you can at least have more cushion. Maybe if you want to try pulling her a couple times, that ain't too bad. But if you're not getting a lot of luck within those early stages, then you might want to consider waiting before, or you never know. It's always a gamble with the RNG. So, but yeah. We also have this Demonic 4th Delta Arrival Celebration Special Mission, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. So what we have here is, I already claimed it because I claim immediately. The login reward right here is one of the gear. That's the one that completely makes her immune from stuns as well, and then you get 5 more for using 500 stamina, which is very easy. Looks like you get Zenny coins, which isn't bad, which is not good. Shadow Wisdom Polish is something you're going to want to pick up here, and that's very, very easy. You could literally complete that within the day. And then all this other stuff is not that bad either. It's mainly the Shadow Wisdom Polish you want to pick up. And, of course, like, these pieces of gear so that she's immune to stun as well. And if you get her, that is, so... I mean, this celebration special missions isn't really that good. If there's a second part of it, that'd be interesting, but I haven't got to that yet. But as for those celebration special missions, I'd still do them anyway. I always do missions when they pop up, so... there's also 4,500 gems in the gift box as well. I already claimed, but you can find that there. And that's about it. So, yep, the new Delta is absolutely amazing. I love her kit. I love the way she operates. Hopefully I get her, maybe, if I decide to do another pull or another multi or not. Otherwise, I might just be saving until then. Yeah, so that's about it. Vigo, signing off.